Good morning, everybody. It's Kalthoff. Welcome. We are doing a Facebook Live here this morning, and I'm going to show you how to create a Plentiful Plants card that looks like this. It's actually my kit to go this month. This card is not in my kit to go, but it's another great idea for using that kit to go when you do get it. It's really, really pretty. Hi, everybody. Oh, good. We have some watchers. Whew! I've been missing in action. We've been at the lake and down visiting at the farm, and my daughter is home from San Diego, so there's just so much going on in my life right now. But that's all good things. It's all lots of fun and family things, and Steve's taken some time off from work, so I'm trying to spend time with everybody over the last week, and it's really exciting, but I'm kind of getting behind in my Stampin' Up! Business. But you know, it'll take a little while to catch up, but I'll eventually get caught up. I'm more focused on my downline this week. We have our demonstrator meeting on Thursday night. Oh my goodness, that's always so much fun. So I want to do a really good job with that. So a lot of my effort this week will go into my Creative Crafters downline group. And then hopefully my effort next week will be my customers. So there's just all these different levels of what I need to be doing. Hello, welcome. Oh goodness, we have all of our regular watchers and even a few new ones. Welcome, it's good to have you here. Guess what? Today was kind of a momentous day for me in that I jumped on to Facebook this morning and discovered that my Happy Stampers Stamping to Share group, which is, you know, kind of a group that allows you to be a part of. It's a public group, but it is a way for you to get notifications when I go live, because you're more likely to see the notification in a group than you are on Facebook. So I always put information in there when I'm going to be going live on my Facebook page. And this morning we got our 500th member. So, oh my goodness, that's a fun and growing group. So thank you to all of you who are in that. If you want to be a part of that, just join Happy Stampers Stamping to Share. You can find the link on my Stamping to Share Facebook page. So that would be so great to have you in there. I always have good intentions of wanting to do more with that group, but my life is just so busy right now that really I use it as a place to post announcements so that you don't miss the announcements when my next Facebook Live is coming. Tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, I will be doing our weekly mailbox shares, and I have a lot lined up for you. So that's usually where I do that, is in the Happy Stampers Stamping to Share group. So I'd love to have you join us there if you can. It's a kind of a neat place to be, and you do get in on seeing what my customers are sending me, what my downlines are sending me, and then what our swaps are. So I always share swaps in that group as well. So I think it's time to get started. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Yvonne, for the congrats on 500. And thank you, Linda. So nice of you. Thank you, all of you. Oh my goodness, everybody's talking about the weather, and yeah, it's been really hot here too. It was a nice week to go to the lake, I'll say that much. And I think we have some more lake time coming up too, because, you know, why not? We're in Minnesota. We love to spend time at lakes. All right, I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll go ahead and get started with this really, really pretty Plentiful Plants card. Oh, one more thing. If you would like to sign up for my card kit to go featuring the Plentiful Plants bundle, the very last day to sign up, and then I place the order to get all the supplies and start making the kits. The very last day to sign up is the 17th. So today's the 15th. So 2 more days and that sign up is over. So be sure to, please be sure to check that out. You can find all the information on my blog, which is www.stampingtoshare.com. And I think I have a link in the more section on the notes. Alrighty. So here we have all of the supplies that we're going to be using in this very beautiful card that looks like this. And oh my goodness, this designer series paper called Bloom Where You're Planted has so many fun things that you can either cut out with the dies or lots of little things to cut out by fussy cutting. And so these two particular items are fussy cut. But look at this lovely, lush paper in the background. My daughter just loves, loves, loves gardening, and she is just crazy about this card. And so she's outside right now gardening, as a matter of fact, my sweetheart from San Diego. And so I can't wait to spend a little more time with her today. But this is a card that she highly approved of. So here it is. And the inside looks like this. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you all of the measurements and how I did this card. So some of the items that we're using, of course, is the Plentiful Plants bundle. Again, to see my June card kit to go, just go to my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. I've had a lot of signups so far, but I am surely looking for a few more. Or if you've never tried one of my kits to go, this is a great one to try. And the next thing we're going to be using, you'll notice that there was a nice cutout for the sentiment, and I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, this big one right here. And that is where I put the sentiment and the little cutout flowers. It works so great. Just a little bit different shape to keep it interesting. We are going to use the Evening Evergreen Stampin' Pad. So this is a new in color and it's so pretty. And look how beautifully it goes with the Just Jade. It makes a really nice complement to Just Jade. So I'm going to open this up and put this into my little box over here. And we're going to use, now this is a first time for me to use this ribbon. I've wrapped up a few little thank you things with it because I see that some of it's been used, but it's really my first time to use it on a card, and it came out in our January through June catalog, and it's called Fine Art Ribbon, and it's in gold. It's 3/8 inches wide. At first I wasn't really sure that I liked it because although it is soft, it makes a pretty big bow. I'm just going to show you. So I think the bows look a little awkward. Now that's just totally personal opinion. I think it would look great on a 3D item where you can maybe do a little bit more, but I just think it looks a little bit big and awkward. So I wasn't attracted to it initially, but there is a time and a place to use those ribbons as well, even the ones that don't make great bows. Because look at how this anchors the sentiment and the pots. And it just sort of provides a nice base for everything to sit on and just gives a lot of grounding to this card. And with the little sparkles of gold that's in this ribbon, oh my goodness, it's just a great way to put a layer onto your card. So I would maybe avoid doing the bows with this particular ribbon, but boy, the layering that you can do on this card, or the division lines that you can do on your card making with this ribbon, is really great. So we will be using that. We're also going to use, and I'm actually opening this pack because I used my other pack already. These are called the Genial Gems. Lord only knows if I'm saying that properly. I'll hold it up really close so you can see. I should really do one of those pronunciation things on Google to learn how to say things. But that's what it is, and I'm going to be using it. As you can see, I used 3 of them on this card. And then we're going to use the Designer Series paper. Now, this doesn't really give you a truly good look at all of the different patterns because some of the patterns are kind of big. And I'm going to show you what I did with this particular piece down here, specifically on this video. And I have that all set aside, so I'll be sure to show that to you because we're using a lot of the pieces, a lot of the little cutouts from this particular design right here. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to do is the card base, and then we're going to do the inside of the card. So the card base is in Just Jade. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to grab my bone folder here and give that a press so that we have a nice flat surface. And then the inside panel is basic white, 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment. This is a super nice sentiment stamp set. It has some really great ones. So this one says, "You were there, and I am very grateful." And then we're going to take this little cutout. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those cutouts in just a second. Don't worry, I didn't forget. So I'm just going to glue that on. And we're going to flip it over, and we're just going to put it right down here as a little bit of a decoration on this inside panel. There we go. Then I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal, and we're just going to put a little line across the top and set this right into the inside panel of our card. Just make sure all 4 borders are nice and even, and you're good to go there. But isn't that a beautiful inside panel? Oh my goodness, I just love it. All right, now let's go ahead and work on our sentiment panel. And one thing I wanted to show you, and I have some work in progress here, but this is the paper that I was telling you about that has all of the different pieces that you can fussy cut. And when you fussy cut them out, you can use them on your cards. So I have done that. Let me see if I can, hold on, I want to just straighten the camera out there a second. So I have pre-fussy cut, but I wanted to show you where I was getting all of my designs. And so I sacrificed an entire 12 by 12 sheet because I just wanted these to show you so bad because they're so pretty. So I just cut these all out and and like even this one, this little pot, you can go ahead and fussy cut it and see how that's on the edge of the paper. Don't worry about that. I'm going to show you some things you can do with that. So what I could do, and I want you to think a little bit outside of the box with this. So cut those little handles off because good Lordy, that's a little too fussy, I think. So just cut those off. And then you have yourself a little pot that you can use on your card making. And then you could just cover that little piece up with, you could, like if you had a little plant, you could, in fact, there is one designer series paper, I'll show it to you real quick, that has plants. So you can fussy cut these plants and you could pop that over this little stem in the pot and then use that. So even though that was on an edge where the plant was pretty much all cut off, you can save the pot and use it on future card projects. Just put another little plant over the top of this little stem and you're good to go. So there's all kinds of things you can do. So I cut all of these various little pieces out. Here's another one where you could use the pot. Just again, it was at the top of the page and it was cut off. I don't know. And here's one where the pot was cut off because this was at the bottom of the page and you could just fussy cut the plant. Maybe use that in the pot here. So, I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do. So don't be too quick to toss little bits and pieces like that because you can use them in future projects. So I just put that in a little cello sleeve so I have that ready to go. And where I keep it, I'll show you. Well, maybe I'll show you. What did I do with, oh, here it is. Here's my stamp set. So what I do is I'll just put all of this into my, Stampin' Up! Clear envelope. And I can store it right in here with my stamp set. And then I also use the Stamp & Store magnet pieces. I have so many people ask me about these. And I get the 5x7 ones because they fit perfect in here. So I can store a whole grouping of the die cuts right in here like this. And then I can shut it up and everything is together right in my stamp set. Now, I did show this as a bundle and I'm promoting it as a bundle, but I just want you to know that my card today that looks like this does not use any of the dies. But you do want to have the dies because it does match a lot of different pieces on the bundle. Okay, so the next, I was going to finish up what I was talking about, and now I feel like, what did I do with all those little pieces? Did I store them into that? Oh no, you guys, I think I might have thrown them in here. What did I do? Oh, here they are. Never mind, I found them. All right, so here we are. We're going to make the, we're going to do this next, which is To a Dear Friend, and we're going to put our little pots on, which I went ahead and fussy cut beforehand because I didn't want to spend all that time trying to do that on camera. So here it says, To a Dear Friend. And then I'm just going to stamp this over here, just like that. And then I'm going to put my pots down in this area. So again, to do that, I'm just going to add a little glue, and I don't want the glue to go too far down or I'll be gluing it to my table. So that would not be good. So I'm just adding a little bit of glue and making sure that I don't have any glue towards the bottom, because I'm going to set this in about right here like that. And then I can take this one, and again, I'm just going to keep the glue more towards the top of the image, and we're going to set that one right next to it. I don't know, where do I want that one? About right here, I think. There we go. So we have our front panel completed that has the sentiment and the two little pots. And then the next thing we're going to work on is this whole panel here that the sentiment is going to sit on. So I'm going to set that aside for a second. And let me get all the other pieces out, because this is actually a fairly quick card to make. Okay, so here we go, 3 3/4 by 5 inches. It's the exact same size as our inside panel. And then you might notice that I picked a little bit different designer series paper. So on this particular card, I'm using this really lush kind of jungly foliage in the background. And then I thought for this one that I'm doing on camera, I would try a little bit different one. So I've got all of these kind of hanging vines, which I think is going to look really pretty with this card as well. And this one is 2 by 4 3/4. So that's the measurement that you'll need for whatever size you decide to do here on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and add some multi-purpose liquid glue once more. And we are going to set this in right here. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that is with these little vines. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Then the next thing we're going to do is take this fine art gold ribbon, and we are going to set that, I suppose, about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom, like something like that. So then I'm just going to take some Scotch tape. Oh, and I did have someone ask me a question. They were saying, Kay, we can't find 1/2 inch Scotch tape like you use. Where do you get it? Well, actually, there's 2 different places I get it. I get it at, if you live in Minnesota in the Twin Cities, there's a grocery store called Lund's Byerly's. I get it there. Or I also can order it on Amazon. So the 1/2 inch Scotch tape, because I know so many of you have been asking, and I thought, well, that's where I get it. Okay, so we've got that really nice grounding panel on there. Let me see if I got it. Yep, I got it in about the same place. Then we're going to take this, flip it over, and add a bunch of dimensionals to the back. All right, so we're going to set this in so that it is about even on the right and the left, and we're going to set it so it goes straight across, and it'll look just like this. Oh, how beautiful. Oh my goodness, I just love it. All right, then we're going to go back and find the front of our card. So there's the inside panel that we did just a little bit ago. And then we're going to take this and we're just going to glue it on flat. So again, I'm just going to grab my multi-purpose liquid glue and take a little glue. And then we're going to set this on and just make sure it's nice and even all the way around. So all your borders are nice and even. Now it's time to accent. So where did those genial gems go? Here they are, brand new package, opening them up live. Let me get this open. All right, so now these are attached. So they are actually attached to this backing. Sometimes I like to unattach that, so I will, because sometimes I carry these back and forth with me to the cabin and I have them in a little small pouch, and so I don't like all the excess weight. So what I will do in that case is when I want to detach something, if you've ever tried detaching gems, you know that they pop off when you start lifting them away. Oh, except this time it isn't. But a lot of times what I will do, and this time it didn't, yay. But a lot of times what I'll do is I'll use those gems first out of the middle, wherever those little sticky pieces are. But wow, I wonder if Stampin' Up! Changed their sticky pieces, because that one came off really easy. I'm impressed. All right, so now I'm going to grab, well, I don't have my Take Your Pick tool. Normally you would use your Take Your Pick tool, but it's not here. I think I have it in the other room. So I'm going to use a bigger piece, a bigger gem, and I've got the old style, I don't even remember what this was called, a paper piercing tool, I think. So that will work too, as well as the tip of a scissors. So I'm going to put one of the bigger ones down here, and then I'm going to add two more. So one maybe right here, and one about right here. And I did use the gold because it'll coordinate with the ribbon. And there it is. Our beautiful cards are complete. So let me show you one more time. Nice close-up of what the cards look like. There's the front. And there's the inside. And it's so fun. So again, as a reminder, please visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. And you can learn more about getting the Plentiful Plants card kit to go for the month of June. Last day to sign up is the 17th of June. Have a great day, everyone. I truly appreciate you. Bye-bye.